Keep it together. No, just kidding. All right, I love it. I love all the festivities. If you guys would like to, is anybody, I know that like things are kicking back up, but like, is anyone going traveling for like the holiday or anything? Is anyone going and doing anything kind of fun? Staycations? Feel free to put it in the chat if you're going somewhere. We want to live vicariously through you. Who wants to live vicariously through anyone traveling right now? Going back home to, is that Seattle? I don't know the short term for Seattle, but Seattle, right? Colorado natives, skiing for the first time. Oh, what is it?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Oh, St. Louis. So St. Louis, I think I passed through there. Is that the big arch, right? Is that the big arch? Oh my gosh, I drove across the country a couple years ago and we stood under that and we were like stood under there for like a while. We were like, wow, this thing is huge. That was really, really cool. Awesome. They have great food there, great music. I love that. Awesome, guys. Well, has anyone gotten a chance to check out some of the recipes that we are going to be making today? Yeah? I think, who got a kit? I'm trying to see. Was that Adrian? I see you down there. Adrian got a kit. Love it. Okay, awesome. Just so that you guys know, you guys are welcome to, after this, you guys are welcome to order the kits. I'll be like making them through the end of the year. So if you really like these recipes, you're welcome to do that if you'd like to. But if you got the ingredients, then you got the ingredients.
I muted you and I muted the person that popped in. My apologies. Unmute yourself.
Oh, great.
And hey guys, you can give us like a wave or a wink. Throw us some thumbs up. You gotta get, I know we're talking and y'all like, we're ready to make these drinks, but get interactive with us. All right, Rachel, sorry about that.
Sounds good. Yeah, if you have something nearby that is either like, like a mouse, if you're at your computer. I see Sarah's got a house plant back there. You can feel free to come up and like shake your house plant when we're shaking cocktails. If you're not shaking a cocktail with us, feel free to have something nearby that you can do that. So how many of you guys are going to be making the drinks with us? Who's making the drinks? Yeah! All right, so ordered it, haven't received it. You haven't received it yet? That's so interesting. It said it was delivered a couple days ago. I'll double check on that for you. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it should have been received. Whew. Interesting. USPS has got something going on with them, I think. They're like, oh yeah, we delivered it days ago. They're like, hustling.
Excuse me, we were supposed to receive something at our house?
So there was an option to order a kit ahead of time if you wanted to, but it was like, it was a very tiny little window. But yeah, if you like these. No, but they are, it's a great value, that's for sure. Lots of love in there.
But hey, that doesn't prevent anyone from still making a drink. So if you have some alcohol that you just want to
boom,
go to the party now, go and get it.
Yeah, go and grab it. Here's another thing too for y'all. So I'm a mixologist, right? So I love making the recipes that I teach for everyone. But if you also have these ingredients in your house, then I can cue you up for another recipe, all right? So as we're making some things along, if you don't have hot cider and bourbon, you don't really need me for that. I'm just going to say you don't need me for that. Yeah, there you go. If you have citrus, if you have sodas, if you have maple syrup, honey, if you have like vanilla or spices or almond extract or different things like that, spirits, obviously. So if you have sodas, citrus, spirits, and spices, you can pretty much make a lot of these types of cocktails, but I'll just cue you in for something else. So if you have other things around your house, feel free to enter them in the chat, and I'll cue you up for when to add some of those things in. All right? So let's go ahead and grab some of the things that we're going to need for this. So the first thing that we're going to do is, which one do you guys want to make first of all? Do you want to make the Mistletoe Margarita, or do you want to make the gingerbread mule? Margarita. All right. Thanks, Pam. Okay, so we're going to pop over to the margarita first. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to grab, so this is ginger beer. That's going to be for the mule. So you can go ahead and grab some cranberry juice. I'm actually using Cranberry Cocktail. If you grabbed cranberry juice, the recipe is slightly different. So just let me know if if anybody grabbed cranberry juice as opposed to cranberry cocktail, and I'll tell you how it's different when we get there. Agave nectar, or you can use simple syrup. Obviously tequila if you're making it with alcohol. If you're not, I'll give you a little bit of a variation there. This is actually a sugar salt blend. So this is a blend of salt and sugar. So you'll actually be able to just make that. When I'm doing a sugar salt blend, I like to do 1/3 salt to 2/3 sugar for this particular recipe. So if you're making like a sugar salt blend, I like to add a little bit more sugar. And so you still get a little bit of that salt, which feels good with tequila. But it's delicious when you have it with the cranberry because it's actually pretty tart by itself. So that's how I like to do that. And then winter berries, if you guys were wondering, are pretty much just cranberries. So these are dried cranberries, just kind of like tossed in sugar. You can also get fresh cranberries if you like that. And then I also have an option for a fun little garnish, which if you have some rosemary around the house, you can use rosemary. I have this cute little fake, it's like a fake fir garnish. And so you can use anything that's like, pull something off a wreath and just stick it in a glass. All right, cool. So that's most of the ingredients, and then a lime, of course, margarita, right? And then some of the tools that's gonna be really great to have is something to shake with. So for fun, I'm actually gonna use a mason jar for you guys so you can see, hey, you could be an expert mixologist and shake with a mason jar. Woo! All right, if you have a cocktail shaker, you can use one of those. The cool thing about mason jars is that you have this top, all right? And this is actually super versatile. You can actually use the top of your mason jar like this, and it becomes a strainer for a cocktail. And it's super easy to put ice in. And you know how like sometimes cocktail shakers, I don't know if you guys have ever shaken a cocktail shaker, but it gets stuck because it gets really cold. Doesn't happen with mason jar. So mason jars, multi-purpose, +1. It's awesome, right? So you can use either a cocktail glass that looks like this for a margarita on the rocks, or you can use something like this if you'd like to serve it up and get like that, like kind of like the margarita that's like served in a glass like this. I'm gonna serve mine up because it actually looks really, really cute. Some of the other things you're gonna need is knife, cutting board, and citrus juicer. And I actually have a measuring tool that looks like this. This is a cocktail jigger, and it has 1 ounce here and 2 ounces here. But if you don't have something that looks like this, you can actually grab anything from a tablespoon. So if you have like a tablespoon, you can use a tablespoon, or if you have a shot glass, we're gonna be working with things in ratios. So it's actually gonna be really helpful, all right? So how's everyone feel? Does anyone need to go and grab anything, scavenger hunt? All good? All right, awesome. Hey, I'm so proud of you guys for getting some ingredients for this, for getting all prepared. You're awesome, love it. And so we're gonna dive in. And Tiffany's also recording this, so you guys can probably have this footage later if you wanted to make the recipes, right? Maybe? If you want to. I'm actually recording on my back end, so I'm happy to send that footage over to you so it's like not super distracting too. All right, let's dive in, guys. So when it comes down to mixology, like anything, right? You guys have like processes that become thoughtless to you, right? Like that you do in your businesses and different things in your workflow. Well, mixology is kind of the same thing. You have 5 steps, and as long as you kind of stay within those 5 steps when you move through it, everything becomes a lot more easy. So when you're building cocktails, you first start with prep, right? Has anyone tried to like cook a meal from a recipe and then halfway through you realize you forgot to prep something and it sets you all the way back, right? So when you're doing that with mixology, I like to prep things all ahead of time. So when I think about prep, I think about setting up my station, kind of like what we did here, right? Setting up the station. And then also prepping things like grabbing your citrus and juicing that, putting your salt and sugar blend on a plate, right? Setting that up, putting your cranberries and sugar, setting that up so it's really close by. So all of those things so that when we go to build it and mix it and dress it, then we're not adding things and making everything a little bit different. Oh, I love that, Julie G. Yeah, anyone want to put their favorite drink in the chat? We got a Malibu Bay Breeze. I love that. Beautiful. I think that's blue cocktail. It's cute. Put your favorite cocktail in the chat. Love that. So the last thing that we're going to need to do for prep for this is 2 things. One, which kind of coincides with the fourth piece, is kind of dressing the cocktail glass. But all 5 pieces look like this. We have prep, build, mix, dress, and then, of course, does anyone want to guess what the 5th one is? What's the fifth step in building and making drinks? It's your favorite one.
The garnish.
Drink. Drink it, Pam. You drink the drink. I love it. Pam popped off mic. She was like, it's dressing it. No, I love that. So garnish it is part of the dress part. So you actually did say something that was a very crucial part. So everyone, let's give it up for Pam. Let's give it up for Pam. Popped off. Said an important step in the process. I love it, love it, love it. Lavender martini, beautiful. Love that. Okay, so we're gonna get into our first step. And our first step was prep, so we prepped our station. And then we're going to cut our citrus. And I like to cut it in half where you can actually like see you have the lime here. And you can see there's two different ways to cut a lime. You can cut a lime through the equator, which is how I cut it. So you get this wheel, right? This like picturesque lime. Or you can cut it through the poles and cut it like this. And that will actually, where you can get, you'll actually see this is like the white part in the middle here. That is, it'll actually look like a straight line, and that's when you cut wedges. So when you actually cut this into a little strip after you cut it into a wheel, you actually create a really cute little garnish called a wheel that you can use for a lot of different things, right? You can even use this in garnishing this cocktail. So we can set that aside if you'd like, or you can juice it, the rest of it with your cocktail. How many of you guys are not, are juicing citrus, but you don't have a citrus juicer? Like you're juicing it by hand, your hand squeezing it. You can feel free to put it in the chat if you don't want to pop off. Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, Dominique, Phil, cool. All right, so what we're gonna do, if you don't have a citrus juicer like this, is you're gonna come in and you're actually going to cut your lime like this. And you're gonna do like a bunch of lines through it. And what that's doing, and you're pretty much just trying to break up all these tiny little pockets of juice. So even if you come in here and you just kind of like disrupt it a little bit, it's going to open up those juice pockets. And I actually even like to cut this into a quarter. And then when you go to juice it, and you can actually juice this into a separate glass so that you can see how much juice you're going to produce per lime. But you're going to do that. And for those of you that have a citrus juicer, I actually like to cut it into quarters anyways, and then just kind of juice up the rest of that lime. Does anyone know, and you can feel free to pop off mic if you'd like, Paul Sweeney, who's your furry friend? Wait, Pam, where's your furry friend? Pam Sweeney, has he got a furry friend? Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. All right, so then you have your citrus juice here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure it. We're only doing 1/2 ounce, which is 1 tablespoon. So if you're using a tablespoon, we're just gonna do that. So I'm gonna see how much I produce. It's almost exactly 1/2 ounce. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm actually gonna juice up the rest of this lime, just to see if I can get that full 1/2 ounce. Perfect. Set those aside. There we go. And limes are funny because limes, unlike lemons, you actually, you don't get as much juice. You get somewhere between 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce of juice for every lime. And then lemons, you get somewhere between 3/4 ounce to 1.5 ounces for every lemon. It's kind of crazy. Does anyone know why we started using citrus in drinks? No. So I'll give you guys a hint. It has to do with pirates. Scurvy! Everyone give it up for Zach. Scurvy! That's exactly right. So when you, so there's vitamin C in citrus, right? We all know that. So back in like the 1850s, they started to realize, like in the early 1800s, that you actually get vitamin C from citrus. And when people would go on huge, long voyages across the ocean, they would become sick, and they didn't realize that it was vitamin C deficiency. They just called it scurvy. So has anyone heard the term limey? This is where it comes in. They actually would stuff citrus, like limes, into bottles of gin and bottles of rum, and that became our original daiquiri and gimlets. Has anyone had a gimlet before? Or how about a daiquiri? Daiquiris? Yeah? All right, so this is your original form of a daiquiri, is actually this. Oh, fun! Dominique, think we spotted a former bartender. I love that. Yep, so that's awesome. Oh, love it. Mo, Rock, Mork. What's your, is Mork your first name? No? What's your first name?
Feel free to pop off of mute, y'all.
Yeah, you can pop off mute.
I know it'll be a little bit of a distraction. I'm just throwing our gameplay links in here just in case you all don't have
Call me
them.
E. All right.
So you all can ignore that part. Call me E. Hey, E.
Hey, E.
Call me T.
Love it. I love that. So the margarita is actually a variation of those original recipes. And that's why, you know, having variations and constantly assessing recipes and ways to approach not just recipes, but ways of life is why we have so much amazing things like diversity in the workplace and incorporating new and innovative ways to have events for employees, right? Without that innovation. So the cool thing is that even margaritas actually came from that traditional daiquiri recipe. Favorite cocktail is the lime and the coconut. Ooh, love that. Can you tell me what's in that? I mean, I could probably guess that there's definitely lime and coconut in there, but it sounds delicious. All right, okay, so our prep is almost done. We're gonna go ahead and grab our lime and the side of our glass, and we're gonna do something fun. So when we rim a glass, we actually don't go on the inside of the glass, and we don't like dunk it like this, because the rim is just meant to be a bonus. It's not meant to be really part of the inside of the cocktail glass, otherwise we would throw it in the cocktail shaker. So when we're making a rim, we actually just do the outside of the glass and we roll it into, after we wet the side of the glass, I like to use lime, right? We're just gonna roll it into our rim and it creates this cute little snowy finish like this. Pretty cute, right? Love it. And who's making it? I wanna see how they turned out too. Hold your glass up when you're done. Oh, it looks great. Awesome, Pam. Looks good, Chris. Love it. Okay, so now we're done with prep. We did it, guys. Good job. Good job. And then we'll do prep for the second one, but let's go ahead and get going for this one. So we're going to pop back down. I'm going to set this knife aside, and this right here, we can start building our cocktail. So whatever you're using to shake with, go ahead and grab that. And we're gonna build directly into our cocktail shaker. So what you can do is you can start with your lime juice. And when it comes to mixology, I love to taste things as I go. So as you grab these individual components, I want you to grab them and taste them by themselves, and then taste it when it's mixed in with the rest of the drink. So you can see as it's evolving, how it's starting to develop balance, right? So let's go ahead, come back in, and if you have agave syrup or if you have simple syrup, go ahead and grab that. And then we're just going to match that citrus with our agave. And if you got packets of agave, like little tiny packets, it's just one packet. All right. And now you can try things by themselves, but you can do a little fun thing, like a little swirl like this, a little swirly swirly. Yeah. And you can smell it. It smells super fresh. This is an actual sour mix. So this sour mix is going to be, it's real lime, obviously, and sugar. So when you go and get a sour mix from the store, you're actually getting a bunch of other things and preservatives so you can keep it on the shelf. So this actually, it has vitamin C, it has really fresh and awesome flavor, so you can detox while you retox. It's fun. All right. So let's come back down, and now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do 2 ounces of cranberry cocktail. Now, if you're doing cranberry juice, you can feel free to raise your hand. Everyone doing cranberry cocktail? You got cranberry juice, like 100% cranberry juice, Pam? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're gonna add about 1/4 more of your agave or simple syrup. And then you're gonna do 1 ounce of cranberry as opposed to 2 ounces. So cranberry cocktail, it naturally is a little bit sweet. It does have some tart tendencies. Like it's a little bit tart, but it definitely has a natural sweetness. So I dial back both the sweet and the tart for the lime and the simple syrup or agave because the cranberry cocktail actually has a little bit more sweetness. All right. So now you can give this another little swirl. And for those of you who are making a mocktail, this is where you can actually, you can go up another like splash or two of cranberry juice, and that's pretty much your drink, and you can shake it up and then serve it the same way we would pick up once we add ice. But for those of you who are making a cocktail, then you can go ahead, grab your tequila, and you can come back in here, and you can do anywhere from, it's like a 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of tequila. Wait, what about the mocktail version? Love it. Funny. So then you can just go ahead, add your tequila. He's a lemur. Wait, who has a lemur? Is that a lemur, Pam?
There we go.
Whoa.
He wanted to join. He was bored.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
He's
Where,
going to want some alcohol, too.
where did he come from?
He's mine.
Oh, that's so great. Where did you find him?
I breed lemurs.
You do? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's
Where?
got special needs.
Aw,
So, yeah.
that's so crazy.
So he wanted to have some fun, too.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you? Where are you in the States?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
In Texas. Lemurs. Oh, that's so fun. That's cool. I didn't know that you could breed lemurs in the United States. That's so cool. Well, he looks so comfy. I'm sure he's so happy with you. That's so cute. Madagascar sales rep. I love that. So fun. All right, guys. So now we can go ahead and add our ice. So feel free to grab your ice now. Doop doop. I'm just gonna come in here and just do a couple of cubes. If you are serving it on the rocks, you can do like a full cup. If you're serving it up like I'm doing when I don't serve it with ice, put a little bit more ice in there because it's not going to continue to dilute. So ice does a few things. It obviously chills, it mixes the cocktail, and it chills, mixes the cocktails, and dilutes it. So it actually makes it more refreshing. And so we're gonna go ahead. Oh, take your time, Pam. Go ahead, shake it up. Looking good, Chris. And it's gonna shake, 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 shake. Looking good. Nice, Dominique. Love it. Shake it up. Looking good. Okay, perfect. So now you can, if you work with a mason jar, you can take your lid off like this and set it aside. And you can actually strain it like this. So I can actually come here and you can see that it's just going to strain it right into the glass. So cool, right? And then you can garnish it a couple of different ways. If you have, if you served it on the rocks and not up like this, if you served it on the rocks like with the ice in the glass, you can put these cranberries right on top, and it'll rest on top, and it'll look really snowy and cute. If you put them in the glass like this, they're going to sink to the bottom, but they're also going to be soaked in your cocktail, so they're going to be a little tasty treat at the bottom of the glass. But I'm going to go ahead, put my little garnish like this on here, and then that is our winter margarita. So here's our little mistletoe marg. Cute, right? Woo! Love it.
So refreshing, so good. I love it.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. So cheers to you guys. And go ahead. Rest that down. What do you guys think? Okay, so let's do a fun thing where we all do a cheers together. So whatever you have, whether it's a coffee, a water, a cocktail, a beer, a glass of wine, a glass of champagne like Julie, that's a beautiful looking cocktail. Let's go ahead and grab anything that you have. If you're on if you're off camera, go ahead and come on camera and just, you can put the glass in front of your face if you're not wearing makeup, if that, you can feel free to pop off. So in 3, 2, 1, cheers.
I'm laughing. I got joy out of that if you all didn't see.
Yay!
Okay, if I popped in, not to interrupt your cocktail, so indulge, enjoy. Rachel, I don't think we'll have time to do the second one on camera because we have game day plans.
Okay,
well.
cool.
So, to everyone, if you did not open up the PDF that I sent, open it, join in, gather the fun. Look, we spent time and energy on that, and plus there's fun stuff inside for you. There's all of the ingredients and recipes for the 2 drinks that we were going to make today. Rachel threw in the second one. I was just like, let's just try to do it, but time is not on our side and we want to get to our games. So there's the recipes in there. There's also like fun memes, pictures of you guys. I've renamed you all. You're no longer diversified markets. You are rock stars and rebels and radicals and risk takers, because it takes all of that to get through a year, and a pandemic year like we've done. It also takes all of that to be in sales, right? You are always taking risks, knocking it out of the park and those sorts of things. So I want to address a few things that I saw in the chat. If you do not see your name listed under your leader, don't worry. If you RSVP'd on time and it's still not there, we're human. It happens. Just join the team that has your leader's link. I think I still need to drop one more link, but you can hop over there. You will not have a problem getting in at all. I'm going to pop through the different rooms over there because we actually have a different host hosting every room. It was important to me to bring the collective together and to the leaders of your organization to bring everyone together for this collective moment. But we understand also the importance of like intimate play, and big things happen in small rooms. And so we want to break you into your individual teams so that we can do that. So let me just check the chat. Can you all, here's a video. Oh, Rachel dropped a video of the gingerbread mule. Awesome. So we can make that afterwards. And if you can't grab it or save the chat, don't worry. I will forward all of this to you all in like an after hours recap with some fun pictures. Does anyone have any questions before we start the next section?
I don't think I see my name on here, or my team.
So Phil, you may be the one that I still need to drop, so I will drop that shortly. Does anyone else have any other questions? Does anyone have any feedback? What do you all think? Give us a wave and a wink. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Never come back? Come back again? What do you think? What's your honest thoughts? It's just all right. We have no thoughts. We have no thoughts. We have some thoughts. All right. I appreciate you all. I'm gonna drop.
It's been a long year for us.
It's been a long year. So tell us, what are you doing to reset? What are you doing to reset after this Eve?
I'm drinking bourbon.
You're drinking bourbon. For the rest of 2021, E is drinking bourbon. All right, what else are we doing? So here's some self-care things we always talk about. We talk about getting out in nature, reconnecting with friends even when you don't feel like doing it, because it's like the gym. No one wants to get there, but once you're there and you do it, like rarely anyone regrets it. Just taking some time for you, not feeling obligated to do stuff for everybody else. I have this fun little button because I'm a historic people pleaser. No. It says it in a million. Right, it reminds me to set my boundaries. Things like I'm not showing up on camera. I'm on vacation. One of you all, several of you all RSVP'd after 10 p.m. lets me know that you're killing it, but we